Sometimes when you're relying on someone to do something for you, when they mess up, you look bad. My vendor is not Melanin Minx, I'm Melanin Minx. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you should definitely subscribe because your girl's a whole vibe, okay? Period. So, in today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the truths behind being a business owner. Some of the stuff that you don't really hear people talk about. Okay, so y'all know I don't like to chat too much. We're going to get right into this video. First things first, being a business owner comes with a lot. Okay, we are responsible for everything that happens, even when it's out of our control. Most of us have vendors. A lot of the times we are trusting our vendors to do what we need them to do, and a lot of the times they don't. For example, my vendor, I recently had to switch my vendors because in the very beginning, I've had them for 2 years. In the very beginning, they were amazing. And then it started slacking. And sometimes you're not able to tell unless your customer lets you know, depending on what you sell. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you sell lip gloss, maybe they're changing their consistency. Maybe your vendor's changing the consistency, and when your customer gets it, they're like, hey, this isn't what it was. Or hair, like my vendor. Like, I don't order hair all the time. I don't. It's not a priority for me anymore. But customers are receiving wigs, and I would have customers get back to me like, hey, this wig is not as thick as I thought it would be, or it's not as thick as another wig that I have from you, or it's not doing what it's supposed to do, it's not giving what it's supposed to give. And at that point, I, as a business owner, look bad. You know what I'm saying? But there's no way for me to wear every single unit that I send out to make sure it doesn't shed, it doesn't do this, it doesn't do this. I'm going based off of what I'm used to my vendor giving me, you know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate sometimes. There's a lot that we go through behind the scenes. We deal with, you're gonna definitely run into your fair share of ignorant customers, okay? Some people just don't want to listen, or some people don't understand that you are human, you make mistakes. Allow me to correct my mistake before you go in on me, okay? It's not like you brought something to my attention and I was like, oh well, you already bought it, I got your money, huh? You know what I'm saying? There's some customers that will just go in on you, and it's like, you didn't even give me the opportunity to make things right. We deal with that. We deal with then the customers that try to get away, try to get free products from you. I've talked about this a lot on my channel. Some customers will try anything to get a free product. Recently, I had a customer message me on Google, because I do have a Google account for my business, basically saying that somebody used their card information to purchase a wig from me. So I'm like, okay. So then I asked them if they knew the name of the person who ordered. I just gave them the first name, and they were like, no, they don't know that person. And they were like, they want their refund. And I'm like, you can dispute the purchase with your bank. Like, I apologize that happened to you. You can dispute the purchase with their bank. I haven't had any notification saying that anybody disputed anything, saying that there was no chargeback. So this was somebody just trying to get money from me at this point. I wasn't doing that. If somebody made a purchase with your card, you're going to call your bank and you're going to dispute that with your bank. That has nothing to do with me. But they're going to try anything, y'all. Anything, okay? If you follow me, you know I like to go through things. We're not about to talk about stuff for like an hour, okay? Another thing we go through, we have to consistently think of content, especially in this day and age. And if you have TikTok and Instagram Reels, you got to keep up. You got to think of new ideas, new stuff to post. And sometimes that can be very overwhelming. It could also be very overwhelming when you're posting something that someone else is posting, like kind of like the same concept, or you feel like your products are better, your quality is better, and their likes are up there, yours is down here. Their shares up here, yours is down there. Extremely frustrating. It's so frustrating. Like, sometimes the stupidest stuff will go viral, or the stuff that you would never think will go viral, or it will get attention. And the stuff that you really put your blood, sweat, and tears into, couple views, couple likes, and it's just like, are you kidding me? And sometimes I will give you like a creator's block. Like, that's the thing. Is that a thing? I know there's writer's block, but I feel like sometimes it gives me a creator's block. At times I'm just like, well, I don't know what to post now. I'm tired of posting the same stuff. And I sell customized wigs, and I'm not rich, okay? And with that being said, I don't have a whole bunch of wigs on hand to be doing installs. I don't. I have like my everyday wig, a going out wig. Like, I don't have 10, 15 wigs to do a whole bunch of install videos. Like, I personally don't. It is just really frustrating. I feel like content is a big part of what people don't see behind the scenes. Content is really big. Promoting your sales, promoting, period. It can be very hard, very time consuming, very stressful. And sometimes I feel like people don't know. People don't know that. They don't. So that's another thing that is just like, oh, by the way, I'm not telling you guys this stuff to scare you off. I'm just letting you know like what happens like in real time, like what I go through in real time. Your inventory, you have to keep up with your inventory. There's been a couple of times where I miscounted inventory. Listen, y'all, you gotta keep up with it, because it's like the worst feeling when someone orders something and you go to your inventory, you realize you don't have it. That right there in itself be having me like, damn, something like that. And then sometimes they're just like, forget it, I don't want it. Because sometimes I'll reach out to them and be like, hey, would you like something else, a different color, a different style? And they sometimes are over it, sometimes they're like, sure. So it just really just depends. Let's see, I'm really trying to just name stuff off the top of my head that you go through behind the scenes that a lot of people don't really know about. It's not cheap. Owning a business is not cheap. This probably should have been number one. It's not cheap. There's so many different supplies and stuff that you have to purchase, especially shipping supplies. It definitely adds up. And if you're paying for a website, your website, that definitely adds up. It could be a lot. It could really be a lot, y'all. For example, I print my shipping labels out on my printer. I am going to get a label printer at some point. I just have to buy a laptop, because most of them you have to connect it to a laptop. And right now I feel like I don't need a laptop. I have a whole iPad. I will do nothing on that laptop besides print out shipping labels. And I just feel like that's not a good enough reason for me to buy a laptop yet. Some of y'all been telling me, girl, just get it, because buying a label printer is so much cheaper anyways. But y'all, let me be. To have a printer, I gotta pay for the shipping label paper. I have to pay for ink. I have to pay for packaging, so tape, boxes, poly mailers. All of that adds up. It does, especially when you have more orders coming in. It does add up. I know when you're first starting, if you buy like 100 poly mailers, you're gonna probably have 100 poly mailers for a while. So like you're not really worried about that. But once sales start picking up, you're consistently having to buy more or increase the amount you're buying at a time. It definitely adds up. It does. Another thing, owning a business can be very, very time consuming. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people feel like, okay, I could low-key make my own schedule so I could do what I want. Yeah, you can make your own schedule, and yes, you can do what you want, but you also don't want to not be on it when you're not working, if that makes sense. Like if I'm not doing a wig, packaging orders, 9 times out of 10, I'm on my phone promoting. I'm not just chilling out with friends. I'm on my phone promoting. So I feel like it's like a full-time job. Like you never stop. Never. When people are messaging me, when people are emailing me, I'm always responding. I don't care if it's 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. If my phone is in my hand and I see it come in and I'm not doing anything important, I'm gonna respond. So it can be very time consuming. You do have to stay on it. You got to keep track of like your emails and stuff like that when customers reach out to you, because you don't want a customer. It's happened before. I've missed the email and the customer's like, you're ignoring me. I'm not. I'm human. I can miss an email, especially when sometimes I don't put something in the subject. I can miss an email. And I always tell people, if you don't get my email, message me on Instagram. Comment on a TikTok. Like, you didn't really want to get a hold of me. You didn't. But that's neither here nor there. Of course, I would never say that to the customer. I would just be like, hey, I'm sorry, I missed your email. But sometimes it's just like, come on. Like, why is your first thought, I'm trying to ignore you? I don't understand. But yeah, you're dealing with a lot of personalities, a lot of different personalities. So be aware of that. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. But that just pretty much sums up a lot of the different things that goes on behind the scenes that I can think of off the top of my head. I like to do certain videos like this off the top of my head, and like, I don't know, I do. I know sometimes it'll be more organized if I plan it out, but hey, hopefully this was able to help a little bit, give you guys some, give you guys an idea of what to expect. And if you're going through this, you have confirmation that other business owners are going through it as well. Okay, doesn't matter how long you've been in business. you're gonna go through it. You are.